Hello, my name is David Shelby. I'm a learner at City University of Seattle School of Applied Leadership, working on my Doctorate of Business Administration. This is an educational video for Research 6117, Research Fundamentals, Module 6, Research Article Evaluation. For this assignment, I'm to evaluate 3 articles on a research topic. The topic I've chosen is How Reliable is the Net Promoter Score of a Client Experience Survey? For the 3 articles, one must use the quantitative method, one must use the qualitative method, and one must use the mixed method. Why I chose this topic. Many organizations believe that service quality is measured through client experience survey, and many companies believe that that survey must also contain a Net Promoter Score. This is because managers see returning clients and new clients of subsequent revenue. To tap the subsequent revenue, managers need to invest. But how to invest becomes a key problem. It is easier and more cost-effective to invest in a client survey to evaluate the consumer experience than other marketing methods. Reichheld developed the Net Promoter Score to find out what customers are promoters of a company and how many are detractors. The NPS score is used as an evaluation method to measure the satisfaction and loyalty of a consumer of a company that they have done business with. To quote Laura, it focuses on calculating the degree of propensity to appoint a new customer through those who maintain a business relationship with the company. The theory is if a customer is satisfied with the company's services, they are more likely to return and to recommend that company to others. To use the Net Promoter Score, clients are asked to rate on a scale between 1 to 10, 2 questions: their intent to return to the business and how likely to recommend the business. A good survey shows research has been done that the survey covers whomever the client comes in contact with, as well as the environment. This might include a security guard, a receptionist, and the office environment. Was it too hot? Was it too cold? Questions like that. Evaluation of the topic. Quantitative Net Promoter Score. The question is, how likely are you to return? Clients rate on a 10-point scale, a 10 being a promoter, intent to return is strong, 9 being that of neutral. Anything less than about 8 is a detractor. It shows that they're not likely to return to the business. Another question is, how likely are you to recommend the company to a friend or colleague? Normally, the accumulated Net Promoter Score is placed on a dashboard for a manager to review. Qualitative Net Promoter Score. If you intend to return to the store, why? Or if not, why? And as a qualitative, they make comments that are open-ended. Mixed method research for the Net Promoter Score would then incorporate the two. The combination of statistical research complemented with the explanation. Statistics with observations, but the methodology is the two must be framed together with a rigorous method. Article 1, Quantitative Method. In 2015, Vidya, Fanny, and Buddy set out to research ways clients who use social media can provide customer satisfaction based on their user experience. A user of digital service like social media will view content and may even interact. Unlike being able to ask customers' purchase experience who purchases a product or service from a business, how do you measure customer satisfaction for a user of digital services? Most companies do a survey containing a Net Promoter Score to measure their customer loyalty and satisfaction of a purchase of a product or service. In fact, some companies looking to acquire another company will measure the value of its customer database based on the company's NPS score. The key element behind the NPS is the likeliness that the customer is likely to recommend. But is there another type of quantitative measurement that can measure people's satisfaction of using a brand rather than the experience of purchasing it? Rather than measuring the likelihood of recommending by asking the client, how about monitoring social media comments to create a net brand score, especially for comments that are mentioning a brand's name? Then use quantitative measurement for positive and negative confidence. Research suggests people using social media are more likely to be honest when talking with friends than being approached by a stranger and directly asked by a company they did business with. The biggest argument against this is the availability of better brands or cheaper brands. For example, a brand might have a patent on a product that prevents competitors from making it, leaving a consumer with no choice but to purchase that brand. Another downfall is the NPS was developed as an economical means of doing customer surveys. The company would need to hire staff members to monitor social media. Qualitative Method. In 2006, Fred Reichheld wrote an article in the Harvard Business Review regarding a new measurement system to determine customer loyalty called the Net Promoter Score, NPS. The goal is to identify customers who are a promoter of a brand or of a company. At the same time, weed out detractors or customers that are not likely to promote that company or that brand. Based on a value from 1 to 10, an NPS index is built that can be used to determine customer loyalty. Reichheld developed the NPS index. It only measures customer satisfaction. It does not provide enough information to assist to customer satisfaction management. A way to improve the NPS measurement system that management could use for improving is allowing a customer to provide feedback for their responses by asking open-ended questions for the customer to explain their score rating. This sort of feedback would be valuable for management to help them improve performing, resulting in better customer satisfaction. No longer is management just going to know who and who is not likely to recommend, but the reason why. The downfall is management has to sit around and read comments rather than doing other chores, and they might not heartily read the comments, they might just jump over them. Article 3, Mixed Method. The Net Promoter Score was developed in 2006 by Reichheld as a single-question customer matrix used to determine how likely a client would recommend Company X to a friend or colleague. It was widely adopted in 2007 by many major companies to determine customer loyalty. By 2007, additional research has been done by Cunningham that shows the quantitative method lacked explanation of the root cause or causes of a low NPS score. Reichheld claimed that the NPS score was the single most reliable indicator of a company's ability to grow, while Cunningham's research showed by itself the NPS was not a real indicator. What was missing that companies began to add to the survey was the need to add the voice of the customer, VOC. Research shows that the combination of VOC metrics universally outperforms the use of only the NPS recommendations intentions when predicting an actual loyal behavior. This research method follows the explanatory sequential design. Adding VOC was challenged by managers because it draws time away from daily management activities to read comments rather than simply looking at a score. A score can show satisfaction and intent to purchase, but an explanation of why is strongly needed in order to deliver actions for managers. To make this approach meaningful, it is necessary for managers to follow up with the customer and review their comments with them, especially if it's a detractor. To ensure this happens, upper management needs to have lower management report to them contact results. Some of the biggest problems with the Net Promoter Score are the availability of options and the truthfulness of the survey taker. For example, someone who lives in an area of town where there is one supermarket. If they need a new pair of shoes, they can drive 5 minutes and pay 25% more than driving 25 minutes to the next town to buy the same pair of shoes, but cheaper. Say that shopper does this customer survey while exiting the store. Looking at the NPS score of likely to return, that would be a 10. Well, it's because they're only store in town. How likely to recommend? They might be a 4. If they were asked why, it's going from a quantitative to a qualitative, they would answer with 2 words: too expensive. The score of a 4 would alert upper management that the local store has a problem. They would contact the store's management about a problem that is out of the local management and staff's control, because they can't control the cost of the merchandise that's for sale, but would be told that the store failed because they didn't add value to the product or service it sold to the customer. On the other hand, what happens to an NPS score if the shopper is moving across town or only shops there as a necessity and willing to drive across town? The intent to return may be as low as a 1, yet once again, upper management sees the detractor NPS score as a reflection of a negative customer treatment by staff and or managers at the same store. Obviously, a promoter will reflect positively if they have a good experience with the company, but on the individual may not have a bad experience but still give a low score, for various reasons as discussed earlier in this video. I hope that you have enjoyed watching my educational video reflecting on qualitative, quantitative, and the mixed method of the Net Promoter Score. My name is David Shelby, a learner at City University of Seattle. Thank you for watching my video, and have a nice day.